Well, I'm ready to build my next project, and of course the weather has turned from nice, warm, spring-like weather to cold and breezy today, naturally. Unfortunately, it's not a Halloween project I'm working on, but a Christmas project. I'm going to be building a nutcracker, and you can see behind me there, out in the driveway, are the pieces I'm using to start the project. The Sonotube there, the PVC pipe, and the toilet flanges. Going to be cutting the Sonotube in half. That's going to serve as the body of the nutcracker, and the PVC pipe will be cut into sections to serve as the legs. Those toilet flanges will attach the PVC to a piece of wood that I'm going to install in the base of the Sonotube. So that's what I'm going to be working on in the nice cold weather. I backed my pickup truck up because I find it easy to serve as a workstation. So the Sonotube is 48 inches long. I thought it was 6 feet long, but it's only 4 foot. But I'm going to be cutting off a small strip of it here, just off the bottom, just to use it as a form to get the interior diameter, so I can trace that on the wood that I'll cut, because I'm going to need at least 2 pieces, and possibly 4 if I put one in at the top. I'm not sure if I need one at the top just yet, but definitely at the bottom, so that the toilet flanges over here will then mount up underneath here like this on either side. There we go, there and there, and I'll have the 2 legs sticking out, but the wood will go around in here, and then these will mount onto the wood. So that's what I'll be doing right now. For this part of the project, I'm taking a chalk line, and I marked the center point on the Sonotube. Mark the center point on the Sonotube with the chalk line. I decided, since it's only 4 feet long, each half will be 2 foot, and I should probably be able to reach down into the tube and make my mark, rather than cutting off any more of the tube. So I'm just going to use the chalk line to mark around the circumference. Okay, taking a nail and placing it on the mark. So I have a spot for this to grab, and marking it there. That is, go around. I could use any number of power tools, but I have a handsaw handy, so I'm just going to use the handsaw to cut through this. On second thought, no. On third thought, yes, at least to start the hole. If I had my hole saw handy, it'd be a hell of a lot easier. Boy, I'm an ass. A nice dull chisel should do the work. There we go. Okay, and there's a reason they made power tools. So we have two sets, and now what I'll do is get my wood, which I'll probably use MDF, and trace it out inside, and then cut them out using power tools. Okay, I have 3/4 inch MDF plywood, some scrap I've had laying around. Let this up here and trace along the inside of the tube. With two circles now traced, I'll cut them out with the jigsaw. It's a rough shape, and then using a sander, I'll sand it down to the line. And because it's 3/4 inches thick, you want to take it slow so you don't break the blade. And it's going to go slow anyway as it is. Alright, we got two rough cut discs. What I'm using here is a sanding box, and basically is what it's a platform that you can rest your piece on, your workpiece on. And this has holes for different size. Right now I just have two sizes on it, but you could have 6 different size pieces here. And what it does is these holes are sized just big enough for the sanding drum here. So this lines up like that, And then we raise the table up a little bit to bury the sanding drum in the table. And just lock in the table. Okay. Level that out a little bit. Okay. So now this is locked into here, into the box, and on the side here you've got an attachment to put your shop vac hose there, and it minimizes the amount of dust that will be kicked up when you're sanding. So I actually have to go get my shop vac because it's still down in my basement from the laundry room remodeling I was doing. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I have the shop vac hose set up next to it. The hole, of course, is sized for my particular shop vac hose. These tables are real handy, very simple to build, made out of melamine. And once you cut the everything to size and glue it up, the box then is just masonite hardboard that is measured to the from the top of the table down to the base here. That distance, the cuts have to be fairly accurate. That way your piece doesn't stick when it goes over. As you can see, if you look, there's a slight lip here, but it's not a real problem. And now I'll show you how to sand with it. One thing with the drill press, always make sure the chuck key, the key that tightens up your bit, I'm not sure how many people are familiar with using these tools, but always remember to take the key out of the chuck. I don't know how many times I've actually left it in there, and once you turn that thing on, this thing starts spinning and that chuck key gets thrown. So now you can see that the drill, the sanding block is inside the piece there, and it's going to get a little noisy because I'm going to turn on the shop vac. One thing I forgot was to clamp the table down. Okay, I've got it to roughly the size that I want, so now we'll go and see how it fits in the in the tube, and whether I need to take more off or I've taken too much off. Always a distinct possibility. that looks like a good fit, for the most part. Screws in here, though, will hold it together. Alright, with the tube disc cut to size, sanded down so they fit inside the tubes. Now I'm going to drill the holes for the screws to hold those in place. My fourth bit. I must have one of the last remaining drills that doesn't have a keyless chuck. Keep meaning to replace it with a keyless chuck, but never quite get around to it. And God forbid I actually use my cordless drill that has a keyless chuck. Okay, the disc is inside, so I will drill a hole here. So I went and got my cordless with the keyless chuck. Torque. Bolted in place. We'll probably use 4. So now the base is in there. And these can now be mounted on the bottom. The PVC pipe has been cut to size, 30 inches each, and attached to the toilet flanges. It does stand right now, but as you can see in the wind, it's rocking. So he's going to need boots, which I haven't quite decided yet how I'm going to make, but I'll be thinking about that. And he'll have a papier-mâché head and jaw. So I'll probably end up having to scoop this out a little bit. And if you look at a lot of nutcrackers, you'll see that the bottom actually flares out a lot. So what I'll end up doing is getting cardboard and making cardboard fins that I'll attach, probably hot glue to the side here, and go all the way around with it, and then paper mache over the top of it to give it that flare, and then there'll be a belt that'll be going across the top. So got that far. It's about as far as I'm going to get today. And arms are probably going to be PVC as well. These are 4-inch pipes for the legs. I'm probably going to go with 3-inch for the arms. And again, not quite sure how I'm planning on doing that. I'll kind of do these things spur of the moment. But what I'm thinking of doing is using thinner PVC pipe, drilling it through here so that it sticks through and is actually supported to a certain extent. Nice if I pointed the camera at the prop. So it's supported in a certain extent by the tube itself, and then attach the arms, since they're really just going to hang straight down, although one might be bent because he's either going to be holding a staff or a sword, and attach it that way. I might use a ball as the shoulder, a stylized shoulder, like a plastic ball, and we'll see how that turns out. But okay, that's the progress for today, and be cutting out a lot of cardboard tubes for the bottom of his jacket. All right.
Okay, I have some subscriber shout-outs. Last time I didn't get around to doing it, so I want to make sure I get them out there, because I appreciate all my subscribers to my channel. Let's see. First up was MLPJMC. His home haunt, or yard haunt, is the Dismal Hill Cemetery. Very good, and he's got an acid facial prop. Gotta check that out. It's a corpse laying there, and there's a prop that's pouring acid over the face of the one that's laying there. It's very good to check out. Grieg 1358 does a very good Madame Leota prop. I really have to make myself one of those this year, I think. Particularly when I saw Fright Guy's use of the Cyclops projector. I'm going to have to try my hand at one, I think. S.K. Austin, as anyone who's been on the Haunt forums, probably knows, he makes awesome tombstones, carved tombstones. His lettering and his attention to detail are really beyond compare when it comes to tombstone carving. And he did his version of Cauldron Creep, and the cauldron, actually, the part of it was served as the inspiration for the flare that I'm doing on the Nutcracker, using the fins, the ribbed fins going around it. So check out his channel as well. There's the Boneyard Creep. He also has a number of great props on there. His own version of his take on the Cauldron Creep, and I liked his very much. He does some PVC candles, and he has a Toxic Dweller prop that is worth checking out as well. 6, Nicodemus 6. There's actually a third 6 in the middle of that name. He's got some pretty good tutorials on how he makes some accessories and stuff like that for props, and check out his channel. And D Doble, or Double 77, they run Halloween Room Productions, and they do a haunted high school attraction. And as anyone knows who's been watching Grimlock Manor's channel, you know that him, myself, and Dave from Pandemic Cemetery are going, I guess you'd call it semi-pro, this year possibly, with Secaucus High School's haunted attraction. They've been doing it for a few years, and they've asked Jay to take it to the next level, and Jay has asked myself and Dave to come on board. So we're going to be meeting this weekend, and to discuss the logistics of it all. So it's pretty exciting. But it's good to see that other people are doing these haunted high school attractions, and might give us some inspiration. So those are my shout-outs today, and again, thank you for subscribing. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, and check out my blog, www.devilseve.blogspot.com. Thanks.